First, live, local. This is Fox 12 Now.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Fox 12 Now. I'm Greg Nibbler, as always. Thanks for joining us, whatever platform you are watching on. You know that we have a lot of different conversations here on the show. We cover a wide range of topics, but this is one that I think is going to be pretty exciting to a large portion of you, and that is we are talking about Diary of a Wimpy Kid, Nobrainer, the 18th book coming out soon. And on November 3rd, author Jeff Kinney is going to be here in town. He's going to be at Barnes & Noble. You're going to get a chance to go see him, and it's all part of a celebration of librarians, the book, and so much more. To talk all about it, well, why don't we just bring on Jeff Kinney? Jeff, thank you very much for being here. So grateful for you to have some time to talk to us today. And, you know, to start off, I guess, can you maybe tell us a little bit about the book? I mean, the 18th book in the series.
Yeah, that sounds kind of weird, doesn't it? 18 books in a series. When am I going to stop? The 18th book, I've gone kind of off into the cosmos with the Wimpy Kid books. Like my last book was a travelogue rock and roll book, and the one before that was even crazier. So I decided to ground the book series and bring it back down to middle school where it all started off. So this book is like a satire, a farce of the educational system in the US and sort of around the world, where the school is losing money and they're just doing everything they can to cut corners to make ends meet. So you've got like everything is branded, everything's got advertisements on it, things like that. Like there's even an ad for a personal lawyer on a stapler. So it's a little bit of a crazy book, but it's all grounded in school.
I was going to say, and also a bit of a reflection of the times as well.
It is, yeah. Unfortunately, it is.
But you know, that's one of the things just about your books. I mean, I think, you know, 18, yeah, that's a huge number, but I mean, that's because they've been so successful, so popular. You know, for you, I'm just kind of curious, you know, for you with this 18th one, continuing this series and seeing, you know, all these people who have been reading your books for so many years and all the new people, what does it feel like for you to like when you write a new one and you come out with something new like this?
It's really cool. Just recently, I've started to get fans at my book signings who are the new readers and they're the mature readers. So, for example, I went through to South America and I met kids who were, you know, 6, 7, 8 years old, and then kids who grew up on my books who were in their 20s. So that was really cool and very, very gratifying for me because I was able to see the whole span of the readership of the Wimpy Kid books.
That's cool. I mean, and how cool, you know, to know that you're going to South America or to any of these other places where people are reading your books. Did you ever expect that kind of success, you know, after the first couple of them?
I definitely didn't. I guess I had those rock star dreams, you know, like anybody that ever plays a guitar thinks of themselves, you know, playing at Wembley Stadium or something like that. But I definitely didn't expect that I'd be doing this for this long and that there would be so many books in print. So it's a huge blessing.
Well, you know, we talked about reflection of the times. There is, you know, a little bit of a purpose behind this tour. There's promoting the book, but also the Nobrainer Tour is something that you're taking around to a number of different cities. You've got a bus for it. We'll show the bus here in just a second, or a van for it. But tell us about the Nobrainer Tour and what the idea behind this is.
We really wanted to celebrate librarians and libraries. Librarians these days are finding themselves on the front line of the culture wars, which is something they never signed up for. And so they have to be brave and courageous about their careers. And so we wanted to take a moment to celebrate librarians and really put a spotlight on them and to thank them for what they're doing.
And that's, you know, it's a very important thing because, like you mentioned, you know, they're at the forefront of so much, whether they want to be or not. And that's great. Yeah, and celebrating them. I mean, for you, I'm sure librarians played a big role in your life growing up. You know, being an author, I'm sure you were a reader. You know, I'm sure you have those librarians in your mind that probably played a role for you.
Yeah, librarians are key in connecting a kid with a book that they need to read. And one of the things that we're doing on our tour is we're giving out books, high interest, diverse books to kids, to librarians, to libraries, to make sure that kids are getting to see, you know, to see lots of different perspectives, lots of different types of people reflected in books. So that's a really important part of our tour as well.
and this is something that people can go out and be a part of and join you. And you've gone to you're going to a number of different cities. You're going to be here November 3rd. I'm not sure when the tour started or when it starts, but I mean, that's got to be probably an interesting prospect for you too, to going to all these different random places, and just getting to interact with kids and parents and librarians and teachers and everybody at each one of those locations. Is that still, I would imagine it's still as fun for you now at 18 as it was with the first book?
It is, and the scale keeps getting bigger. So on this trip, we're going up the California coast into the Pacific Northwest, and then we're going to the UK, to Germany, and ultimately to India. So it really is a globe-trotting tour.
Wow, that's incredible. Have you been up here to Portland before?
I have been to Portland. It's been a little while though. So in fact, we're spending, we're doing 3 stops in Oregon this year. So I'm really excited about that, because oftentimes it's just Portland and then we move on to the next place. So I'm really excited about that.
That's great. I mean, and a good road trip involved in it too. So that's pretty amazing. And going to the UK and India, that is such a wide range of places on this tour, but that's got to be a fun aspect of it as well. I would think is getting to, like we mentioned, get to tour around the world and get to show this book to everybody. Anything that you would want people to know when they pick up this book, or we kind of went through what it's about, but what would you want people to expect when they get this book?
I think people can expect a Wimpy Kid story that's really grounded in real life, that people will be able to see themselves in. They'll be able to see their school experiences in this book. And also, I just wanted to thank all the readers who have stuck with me for all these years, because I don't take it for granted. I'm sitting in the Wimpy Kid studio right now in a bookstore that we own, and that's paid for by the fans of the books. And I just wanted to express my gratitude, which is a big part of what we're doing on tour.
Well, that's so cool. And Jeff, thank you for spending some time with us to talk about this, and again, I want to emphasize for people, so here November 3rd, but 3 different places in Oregon that they'll have the opportunity to come out and see you. And Jeff, thank you very much for joining us here on Fox 12 Now. Really, really appreciate it.
I really appreciate your time. Thank you very much.
All right, you bet. And for everybody joining, again, that's Jeff. So we'll have this up here. So November 3rd, you can go check him out at the Barnes & Noble. And for everybody else watching too, this is Fox 12 Now. We are live streaming here throughout the day. So we've got another segment coming up at 2 p.m. So you can join back wherever you're watching, be a part of the show. I will talk to you then. I'm Greg Nibbler. This is Fox 12 Now.